Hello, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the 21st anniversary of Bachelorette, here on a Dicey Experience Special Edition. My name is Jason Sketch, and I'll be your host for the weekend. Now, ladies, keep your eyes open and peeled, because we have three eligible bachelors for this wonderful, beautiful bachelorette named Lily. Lily, are you super excited for these information on these wonderful bachelors that are up ahead of you? Oh my gosh, totally yes. It's gonna be the best. I think one of them actually gave me this fire sword, and it was super duper cool. It was not cool cold, but cool super hot, and I could burn through stuff. I'm just super excited to meet all three of these eligible bachelors. Well, don't worry, folks, we have plenty of opportunity to meet your bachelors. First things first, we have Prue Saipan. Prue, please explain to the wonderful bachelorette Lily why you should be chosen to be the bachelor this year.
How do I back out of this game show?
That's not an option. I'm sorry, friend.
Well, I am the ugliest turtle you've ever seen, and I use Warlock magic.
Well, she sounds hideous. Who do you have next? Well, he comes from a wonderful, far-off land, a beautiful, gorgeous land with lots and lots of food. This is our friend Lucas. Lucas, would you like to explain why you deserve the rose for the Bachelorette?
I deserve a rose because if you die, I can bring back to life.
Oh, that is very impressive. And last but certainly not least is, Jean Lafayette. The curiousest and the most, with the most accent, I guess. Why do you deserve a rose, Mr. Jean Lafayette?
I have an aunt named Lily.
That's a solid explanation, I guess. Way to break the fourth wall there. Welcome back, everybody. We're super excited in the year of 2023 to be playing a Dicey Experience. Some D&D just to come to your beautiful ears. Thank you guys so much for coming back week after week to hang out with us. Of course, I've got with me to the right is my man Stolen, who's playing Crew. Right across from me is Meerkat, who is playing Lucas. Shayla is here as well. And last but not least is Jean Lafayette, who is played by that one guy. I forget his name.
Lazy man.
Lazy man. That's right. Thank you guys so much for coming back to play this week. And, I think it's time for Lucas. Lucas, would you like to give the recap of what happened last time on a Dicey Experience?
So when we got onto the island of Linguina, we did some shopping. We found Jean's friend who helped us hire some ship fixers so they could come with us. And Jean got abducted by some weird chalk, some magical chalk that teleported to some weird forest. And then he had a chat with what's-her-face, who made cake.
Saint Marie.
And he sat on a rock and then had a dream.
That's accurate information.
All the while, Lucas was trying to steal a recipe book while Crew turned him into gas. And now we're trapped in a house.
House made of ice. That's right. You're in St. Marie's house, stealing her recipe book. And her familiar seemed none too happy about that, though it did seem to calm down once you turned into gas and was able to close the cabinet doors. So, but the adventure's not over yet. So, Jean and Crew, since you guys have not spoken, as of yet. Why don't y'all do a roll off? D20 versus D20 to see which side gets to go first tonight. Bless you.
Do we get any kind of bonus to this?
You can take one blessing from Lucas.
Oop. I think you're gonna win.
Doubtful.
I have a 3.
I have a 1.
Ah, come on.
The first one of the night. Yes.
Starting off strong.
Get those bad rolls out of the way, guys. I think that's going to be the most important part of this game.
I'd like someone to go back through and average our rolls. I think it's got to be like around 5.
Probably so. Have we had like any natural 20s yet at all?
I've had a couple. Not anything meaningful. It's like roll for how many spice cakes you get that are good, and it's like, okay, that's fine.
Yeah. What color is a dress? Natural 20.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe one kind soul might be able to go back and listen to all the episodes and write down all of the rolls and just average it out for us, help us make a wiki or something.
Yeah. Yeah, there's some weirdo out there who'd do that.
Kind of want to. At the same time, I don't want to. I have too many other things to do. Well. As you step away from your new friend, John, the white room around you begins to fade, and you find yourself slowly coming back into the purview of the forest of Monkfrey.
Yes.
Where you have been visiting with Saint Marie.
On the planet of the apes.
On the planet of the apes. As your vision comes to, there's a... one of those tree people that you met when you first arrived. Treant. And he is bent over, kind of sideways, kind of just staring at you. As he sees you waking up, he kind of cracks a big smile across his face and begins to wave.
Can I help you, sir?
He opens the curtain of vines behind him, and there stands Saint Marie, resting on her quarterstaff, still in the, the overalls and the plaid shirt and everything else that you left her in, with kind of a big smile on her face.
Still with the smile. Hello. How long have I been gone?
For us, it was only about a moment. But,
Yes, it seemed like quite an eternity in there.
Yes, well, it can feel like a lot longer time when you're in the astral plane. But, welcome back. What did you learn? What did you see?
I saw and spoke with my father as well as DM insert name here.
You don't remember the name of the person you talked to?
No, it's...
Write this information down.
No, I didn't write the information down. I will own up to
Well,
that one.
Oh my gosh.
Because other people write things down.
Anybody else write these names down? I gotta see if I have a note taker in this campaign.
To be fair, I did have a notebook at the beginning of the campaign, but then there were just too many names to look through. It got too hard. It started to feel like, schoolwork.
Oh, I see. The person you spoke with has a very special name. Sardior. Sardior.
I had that written down, but I wasn't sure if that was his name or not.
Okay, Sardior. Yes, I saw and spoke with my father and Sardior.
I see. And have you decided to take on his epic quest?
I don't think that is the agreement that we came to, no. And I understand that you may have some allegiance to him and some allegiance to my father, and I respect and appreciate that, but I'm not entirely sure this is the path I'm going to choose for myself.
Sometimes people don't, and that's all right.
Uh, to be clear and honest with you, it largely comes down to simply not understanding where the danger is. They spoke of titans being released upon the earth. I've not heard or seen, or there's no mention of anything like that going on in our world. And so I just don't see the immediacy of the threat. I did tell Sardior that if I come across any of the items that are his, that I would certainly pick them up along the way, and he's free to point me in which direction he would like me to go, but that I'm not his slave, I'm not his servant. And if I happen to be in a place to be able to help him, I will, but I'm my own man and I make my own path in this world.
That's the beauty of free will, you know. It's that choice to just do what you feel is right, and I can understand that and respect that. I personally haven't heard anything of immediate danger either. As I mentioned earlier, it's all history. I think more so the reason we're asking the Drake Wardens to take care of this is because you guys can see them and you can recognize them when you come across them. It's more so the desire to bring back someone that has taken the time to bless us with the salvation of protecting us from all the Titans those years ago. It was at a great cost to him, and well, we here serving Bahamut, we just want to bring his son home, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, there's an old saying I heard once about absolute power. It seems like creatures like these who wield immense power, it's just a dangerous thing to unleash upon man. We already have enough problems of our own without dragon gods and their children.
That's true. I mean, as a great old spider monkey once told me, great power comes great responsibility. Okay. I promised you gifts. I'll give you gifts. I'm not going to force you one way direction or the other.
I truly appreciate that, Saint Marie.
Come.
I've appreciated and respected our friendship, and you've done a lot for me over the years, and I certainly hope to do a lot for you in return. And I hope my decision doesn't impact our relationship in any way.
She turns and she walks, and she's slow, but she walks up to you and she puts her hand. At first it looks like she's going to try to put it on your shoulder, and then it moves and it grabs you underneath your elbow. She's a little shorter than you. But when she does that, you give her complete attention. Because have you ever been grabbed by the elbow before?
Yeah, it's weird.
It's weird, right?
I don't like people touching me, period, but like that's one of the... I had somebody touch my finger today, like they were looking at my ring and they touched my ring, and like it just freaked me out. So I don't like people touching me anyway, but like the elbow is just weird.
It is weird. But it gets Jean's full attention. I mean, he looks over, assuming you're looking at her when she does this. There ain't nothing that could change the relationship between you and me. you're still like a grandson to me, and I hope to continue to treat you like a grandmother would. So as I promised, there are gifts, if you'd like to take them.
Well, I'd never say no to goodies.
Come on. And she smiles and she walks you back, and she starts walking again, very slow, but walking through the forest. You're surprised that she moves this slow, but because you've seen her work and toil the ground with you not too long ago, and she was able to dig in. Well, she must be getting tired from the day's work. You're not quite sure. But eventually she takes you over and kind of takes you to this large pile, and it's just butterflies covering this entire surface. Different colors, different shapes. And she waves her staff, and all these butterflies just fly away into the bright blue sky that's above. And behind it, you see a ship that looks like it's been there for a long time. There's green moss covering it, top to bottom, and growing out of it, almost like its roots are dug into the boat itself, is a large tree ant the size of a redwood tree in what we would consider North California.
Mm-hmm.
And it turns and it smiles and it shakes its would you call that a mane? Do trees have manes?
No, I don't think they have manes. They're shrubbery. They're
Shakes its
canopy. They're canopy.
Canopy.
Thank you. Yeah. Yes, you can go pee if you want to. It shakes its canopy. And more butterflies fly away. But it seems to have a big grin on its face. And St. Marie kind of points to the large ship that's in front of you. And it's not like flat. It's kind of like toppled sideways, like it almost crash landed in this spot. You're welcome to dig around in this boat as long as you like, or you can head out right after I give you your gifts. But this is the Spelljammer that your father and I traveled the wild space in. She walks over and she taps the trunk of this tree, and a knot kind of pops out, and she pulls out a bag from within. It's a little small canvas bag. It looks like almost like a coin pouch. And she hands that to you.
I take it from her.
You plant those and let them grow. They'll grow as big as this tree. You've got to do it on a boat.
Plant it on a boat.
Yes, you're going to want to get... She kind of points to... She's got a small little like wooden box with some dirt. Something similar to this, but give it a chance to start growing. It'll grow into the boat itself. And but one of the beauties of traveling with a tree ant is it always creates a good, strong air envelope around your boat. So the bigger it is, the larger it is, the more chance you'll have a larger air envelope around your boat, giving you the opportunity to either maybe travel to the stars, down to the depths of the ocean for days at a time. When it's young, it might be hours, but as it gets older, just in case you need to hide your boat or it begins to go into a wreck or something, you always have air to breathe. Purify it if you fly into a poisonous space or something like that. But you gotta take good, tender care of this tree. You gotta treat it with love. You got a green thumb?
I'm not entirely sure I do, but I have a crew on our ship that they certainly know how to take care of things.
Very, very good. One last thing and I'll teach you how to get home. Unless you want to explore the ship. I'm done talking to you after I give you this last gift either way. She walks over and there's like an old rusted bird cage. Something similar to what you might see Tweety Bird off of the Looney Tunes have.
Okay.
She picks it up and she whistles. And the canary that you had heard singing tunes when you arrived flies into the canary cage. And she closes it and locks the cage. When she does so, the the thing you notice is the immediacy of the rust on the cage suddenly begins to fade, and the cage itself begins to glow. She hands that back to you, or tries to hand it over to you. Do you take it?
Yes.
You ever find yourself in a spot of trouble that you can't get yourself out of, just let that bird go.
And what will occur?
One of the children of Bahamut will come to your aid.
Okay.
All right. Well,
Quite useful. I appreciate both this and the treant. I think will definitely be a beneficial addition to our crew.
it is my pleasure. All right. Well, you got about an hour left here, so you can either explore or you can mark an X with that chalk on the ground, and it'll take you right back to where you were. She gives you one big hug. I miss you, son, and I was glad to get to spend some time with you.
It was good to see you too. I wish that the circumstances with my aunt would allow us more time together, but I'm afraid the longer I stay around Linguina and my crew stays around Linguina, the more danger we're in. So we'll need to be off fairly quickly. He stops and takes a look over at the Spelljammer. Is that what you called it?
Yes.
Spelljammer? Is it, you called it a ship, is it like a spaceship ship or like a boat ship?
When you look at it, you're not quite sure you understand what the concept or the idea of a spelljammer is. In fact, no one in your immediate history, even if you roll a history check, would know what this is, except for obviously her. But when you're looking at it, it looks like a giant like pirate ship. You know, it's got the nautical steering wheel on it. It's got it's got the bow and the stern and the pole that sticks out the front. It's even got spots where you would pull down on the sails. There's two things coming out of the side of it as well that almost look like side sails that are coming out of the side of the boat.
Okay.
And kind of almost like it helps to navigate it a little bit. There's 3 different tier layers to this ship, and you can see the roots of the tree grow on the outside of the ship. It's almost like the roots itself are starting to swallow whatever wood or whatever is the make of this ship. It's almost like this tree is becoming one with this ship over time, though the roots have not quite reached the front of the boat yet. It's very elegantly designed, made of almost like a cherry wood color. It is those of you that at home who have the Spelljammer book, it is one of the ships that they have in the Spelljammer book itself, but it is a large treant. Essentially, grows on the back of the ship, and then it grows forward towards the front. And then the helm, which you cannot see at this time, would be inside the ship.
Cool. So Jean is simply going to walk over to it and just analyze it a little bit from the outside. See, how he might put together that it works with the sails and everything. And, having heard from Saint Marie that the treant can make ships fly among the stars or down into the oceans, seeing those side sails and wondering how they might be beneficial in those different environments and things like that. And John's just gonna take a hand and place it on the outside of the ship, and internally
it's mossy. The wood feels still sturdy, but there's definitely moss growing on it.
Yeah. Internally, he's just questioning even more, hearing that St. Marie and his father traveled on this thing. It's just more puzzle pieces that don't fit together with his picture of his father and with anything that he knew or was aware of in his upbringing. So he's just going to touch the ship for a moment after looking over it, and he's going to look back to St. Marie and begin drawing the X on the square, and he's just going to say, St. Marie, thank you once again for everything that you have done for me and my crew, and I hope to be back again with you soon, and hopefully the next time we meet I won't have the threat of death over my head, and perhaps the world will be a more peaceful place. And he'll finish marking the X and wave as he digitizes into the ether.
She smiles and grins, and she as you begin to fade, says, "Think nothing of it, and I look forward to seeing you in the future." And she watches as you turn into, like you said, you digitize or turn into that green light like the Power Rangers and vanish back onto your boat. Crew, you're in a tight spot.
I am in a tight spot.
Damn, we're in a tight spot. What's that from?
Oh, Brother Warcraft.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Crew, you're in a tight spot. You're gusting your little cloud friend around. You're inside St. Marie's house that is now frozen over. There's a green light still emitting from the other room, but it doesn't make any sounds or noises as of yet. And you've just heard old Jackson close the cabinet doors in the other room and seems to have calmed back down into his regular familiar form. There are no exits that you can see at this juncture. What do you do?
Well, I'm still gusting Lucas around the frozen house. Can I do some investigation on like the door or maybe the fireplace to see if there is any weak spots in the ice or something that maybe we could slip out of?
Yeah, you can make an investigation check.
Better than a 1. It's better than a 1.
I guess it's a 2.
It is. Plus my investigation is 0, so 2.
Yeah, you're looking around, but you're finding it more difficult to keep Lucas balanced and pushed around, and focus and keeping your concentration on that. It is difficult to make this good investigation check to find a way out of this frozen household.
So, Lucas, you are a pain in the ass to maintain this. Is there... So, from where the monkey is standing, is there a place that can't be seen? Like, I guess back in the room where St. Marie is?
There's that green light, yes. And so essentially, again, when you walk in through the door, there's a living room type area that's got a little coffee table and a couch and a chair and things kind of set up for tea with a little fireplace. There's a wall on the left side that's got an opening that takes you into a kitchen with a small little dining table in it. And he's behind that wall. So he can't currently see you guys as you're kind of pushing through. The only other room, though, in this house is that room with the growing green light, which you guys have not walked into as of yet.
Okay. Well, I'm going to kind of push Lucas over into just the far corner so that we're as far away from the monkey as I can and drop the gaseous form. Lucas, we need to get away out of here now. Help me look.
Is the entire house frozen, like floor, ceiling, walls?
So, not the inside. So if you're like looking out the window, or you go to try to move that door, it slams into ice on the outside. The door does swing out. No, it does swing in. That's what we talked about last time. It swings in, but when you open the door, you see this large ice block standing on the outside, which is surprising because it was a warm day when you got there. But whatever set off this trap is a magical ice that's not letting it melt from regular sunlight.
Do you think we could bust through that, Lucas?
No. I walk up to the door and kind of place my hand against it. Can I tell how thick it is?
So do you swing the door open and then see the chunk of ice, and you're trying to touch that chunk of ice?
Right.
Okay. Yeah, it looks about a foot thick.
I don't think anything's busting through that quickly. I don't have anything that can attack it. I mean, my frying pan only does so much.
Yeah, I mean, I have my axe. I could try and hack at it, but I don't know. That probably won't do that well.
Yeah, with the... Go ahead.
I'm gonna say I could try. So I'm gonna swing my axe at the ice.
Okay, make an attack roll. 3.
No, actually, this is actually a good roll.
Oh.
A 19.
19. Yeah. You're surprised. You swing down hard with your axe, and it does make a chunk of ice come out. It cracks and hits in hard, and you are surprised by the amount of damage that it does do to said ice chunk.
Oh, that did a lot more than I was thinking. Lucas, you want to help me with this as I swing at it again?
Do you have enough to turn me into a gas one more time?
I do.
Do you have another way out of this house other than walking through this door?
I don't. I mean, I don't. Because if I turn you into a gas, that uses my last spell slot. Because I don't think I can't Misty Step through a wall, can I? No, because it has to be a spot I can see. So,
But
I was thinking if we carve a small chunk that we can just see out of. I was thinking that you could see and then Misty Step or turn me into a gas and I can just seep out of it.
So I have an idea. So we just need to get a hole big enough that I can fit my ring into. I'll turn you into a gas, send you through, then set my ring in the hole, go into the ring, and you can pull me out.
I can carry the ring with me in gas form, so we don't need to...
Oh, you
We
can?
can do that. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just gonna...
So-
I'm gonna try and... I have 1/3 level spell slot left. I'm gonna try Dispel Magic on the ice, just to try.
yeah, go ahead.
So it's a spell of 3rd level or lower, it just ends, but if it's 4 or higher, I have to make a wisdom check.
You go ahead and make your wisdom check then.
Twelve.
12.
Its DC is 10 plus the spell level. Which, I guess that doesn't work.
Nope.
The math ain't mathin'.
Yeah.
You watch as you cast this spell, and for a moment it looks like it's beginning to envelop the magic. Like, yes, this is gonna work, easy cake. And then the ice almost like swallows it, and then shoots the magic back at you. It's almost like a gust of wind that blows over you. It actually kind of pushes your hair back a little bit.
I look at crew. well, that was my last ditch effort. Let's hack at this thing, and I get out my meat cleaver and I start hitting the same spot that crew attacked.
All right, make me an attack roll.
Oh, no, that jumped out. 16. Dirty 20.
Yes, it begins to crack a little bit more. You feel like you might be an eighth of the way through this ice.
Oh, I guess we just... I'm going to take a quick glance back. Is the glow still coming from that room?
Oh yes, there's still a glow coming from the room, and as you're turning, you're turning your head back. You do see Jackson is in the doorway. He's kind of got his head tilt sideways, and he's scratching the back of his head. His little wings seem to be kind of just brushing off dust. He looks a little confused.
Jackson? Can you... I guess I don't know his name. Monkey? Do you know how to get out of here?
Does he know? It's a great question. He nods his head.
How? And I hold up a gold coin.
Roll me a persuasion check.
Can I assist? And I'll hold out a handful of gold coin, just like an overflowing handful of gold coin. We need to get out of here.
Oh, natural 20
Hey.
Yeah!
for a 22.
He claps his hands and walks over and grabs all the gold. And you see him waddle back into the room with the green light.
I follow him.
Do we follow? Yeah.
Yeah, cool. He goes to what looks like chest of drawers, and he opens up the bottom chest of drawer, and he looks around, and then he kind of looks at you and does a motion like to back up, like, step outside the room.
I step right outside the threshold.
He huffs and kind of makes the same motion again.
I take one step back.
He turns his back to you, as if like he's thinking that, the concept of I can't see you, you can't see me kind of a thing. He opens that bottom drawer the rest of the way up, pours all the gold into that bottom drawer, and slams it shut. As you're looking in this room, it's definitely an older lady's room. It's got a large vanity mirror on top of the dresser. There's, a definitely well-used queen-size bed on there with like a quilt as the cover. There's small, almost like a back door out there with a small little window. But again, it looks like that back door is also frozen solid. But he turns it, looks at you, and he slams his foot on the ground, and you see one of the panels of wood pops up and pops back down when he does so.
On the floor.
On the floor, yeah.
In that split second that the floorboard was up, did I see anything underneath it?
Roll a perception check.
13.
There's a hole, possibly a hole there, like a tunnel type hole.
Lucas, did you see that tunnel?
The best shot we got, and
It is. I'm gonna run over
him.
Yeah, grab the floorboard or floorboards, whatever is necessary to get out.
Yeah. You start pulling the floorboards back, and as you do, you're realizing the tunnel he's showing you is about big enough for him to crawl through.
So, not big enough for me.
Nope.
We still want to try the gas orb ring deal, and I'll go down this unknown tunnel.
If you're sure that you can carry the ring, then yes. I will walk over to Lucas and grab him on the shoulder and just rake my hands down. And as I do, he turns back into a gas.
Sorry. You would have to turn me into a gas form before you went into the ring. You can't do it in the ring.
No, I can't do it in the ring.
Okay, because when I'm in gas form, I can't interact and pick up stuff. I need to have it on me before I turn into a gas form.
Okay. I can give you the ring. You can have it on you, and I can just go into you. No, because it'll turn into a gas too. I think the best way to do it is we go through the door, I guess, and you get outside, then turn back, and then grab the ring.
All right.
So, I'm just gonna run back to the front door and start hacking away at the ice again.
Okay.
I'll look to the monkey and I go, is there a way out of here that we can fit through?
The monkey puts his hands up and kind of elbows down and shrugs his shoulders.
Okay, and I'll run after crew and start somewhat in a more crazed state. I'll just start hacking away with my my chef knife and my cleaver.
Yeah, I ran like full speed from the room towards the door with my axe raised up and slammed down into it for an 18.
Okay. As you guys are hacking at it, I mean, and it's you're making some decent high rolls. I'm gonna say it's probably gonna take you guys a good 15-20 minutes. You feel like to even make the hole size that you're looking to make. I mean, you're just hitting ice, solid ice. And it does eventually it's going to eventually dull down your non-magical items.
No spells or anything that can help do anything else. And since every entrance or exit is either too small or frozen over, there's no way to get rid of the ice, and the monkey only has its own little escape route, unless we're missing something.
I mean, it is a trap that was intended to trap anyone inside.
Oh, yeah.
So
I'm talking out loud and to Wes.
Yeah. Trying to think. I mean, I could start blasting some cantrips at it. That way, it won't be hurting my weapons. But that's about the best I got. I don't have any fire. I can't melt the ice.
Can I go back to the cupboard and put the book back in the cupboard and see if that removes the ice?
Hey everybody, welcome back to another middle section. The part of the show where you are like, ugh, and you're probably fast forwarding right now, but don't hit that fast forward button just yet. I just want to give you guys one quick and teeny tiny announcement. First and foremost, Happy New Year, guys. Thank y'all so much for spending a full 365 days with us, and we're super excited to continue to bring you guys content here in 2023. I'm not sure if you guys will be getting this information right at New Year's, or if you'll be getting it like, I don't know, a couple weeks after, but we are still very excited that you guys are, checking us out and stuff. Like, it's been fun. It's been a cool year putting together some D&D content, and we are still planning on continuing this amazing and awesome thing that we're doing. So, with that in mind, guys, we do have a Q&A coming up here soon. We need some Qs for our A's. And so it'd be very helpful if you guys could email us at adiceyexperience@gmail.com, or you can tweet us at adiceyexperience at, on Twitter or, whatnot. So thank you guys so much for all that you guys do. Thank you guys for leaving us comments on YouTube or even just hanging out with us. We love you all. Anyways, hope that your 2023 is great, and we look forward to seeing you for future episodes. Yeah. Yes. When you open the cupboard, you do hear Jackson swell up in the other room. And making that sound again. He starts to the building.
Okay, just lost. Go ahead.
I'm gonna run and try and block his way.
Okay. Yeah, you can start doing that. Because I imagine this isn't going to take you very long to open, put the book back, and close it, right?
I'm gonna, it's like open, place it, close, see if it changes the trap. If it doesn't, then I'm gonna take the book back out, close it, and then get out of the room.
Okay.
So is there the room that the monkey is in, is there a door to that room?
Yes.
I'm going to grab it and slam it shut to help try and keep him in there.
Okay.
Once I realize what Lucas is doing.
Yes, yeah. You slam that door, and it's about the same time that it just woof, and he slams against the door. So go make a strength check for me.
9.
He does break the door down, and it almost throws you to the side. You do take 4 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
Right when that big boom happens, though, Lucas puts the book back into its spot, and Lucas, you almost hear like a clicking sound, and then a loud rushing water sound just from the outside of the building. Did y'all leave that front door open?
Yes.
Water rushes into the room pretty quickly. Doesn't flood the room where you can't walk, but it definitely does leave a large mess of water in the room. And Jackson begins to get small again and panic as that cabinet door closes. Everything is getting wet, and he jumps on the back of the seat and is actively screaming and yelling at you guys.
Lucas, we need to go now.
Yeah, I run out of the room, pick Crew up off the ground, and say, we need to get out of here, and then leave. I'm not taking the book with me. I'm leaving it.
Okay.
Yeah,
Sounds good.
I'm running as fast as I can out that door.
All right. Yeah, y'all run out that door. That monkey's still screaming and yelling. A couple of pirates start coming out of their homes, kind of like they've been drinking all night, kind of that weird dazed look of like, what the frick is going on? And but they don't seem to they don't really care that you're running at her house. You're pirates do those things. What do you guys do?
What time of day is it? I'm gonna look up at the sky. What time of day is it as we're running?
I mean, you are well aware that when John left, it was a little after breakfast. So it was about 10 a.m. By the time you got there, this is probably close to 1 or 2 o'clock.
Okay.
Well, it's closer to 12:30.
Okay.
So we'll run until we're out of sight of the house and anybody that saw us in the vicinity, and then just stop.
Yeah.
Perfect. Where do you guys run to? There's the large place where the ships are repaired. There's the actual little town itself. There's the hag market. There's just the tree line. There's the beach.
Do you just want to find an alley and regroup?
Yeah, let's stop, think about it, and just kind of duck into an alley somewhere.
I'm just gonna get into an alley and kind of push my back against the wall into the shadow.
And I kind of once we're in there, I kind of look out and back where we came and just make sure that nobody's following us or looking at us.
I'll make a perception check.
Ugh. 8.
Nobody's following you.
Lucas, what the hell was that? What happened?
Well, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I saw it. I wanted it. I shouldn't have taken it. I'm sorry. We got into that mess. I thought it would just be such a simple task, but I'm so sorry.
What was it? What did you try and take?
You know the rum cake that's so famous here. I think it was the recipe book for that, and I know that I shouldn't, but I could learn how to make it and just spread that through the world. And I thought about myself and my fame before what it could do to us. So I'm sorry.
I'm just gonna walk up to Lucas and put my hand on his shoulder. Lucas, I've had your cooking. You can make something 10 times better than that rum cake. Yeah, it was moist. It was great. It probably one of the best ones I've ever had. But with some time, you can make something better. Don't doubt yourself.
See, there's like a bead of a tear in the corner of Lucas's eye. Thanks, Bull. And I gotta wipe it away. I'll do it.
Yeah, you will. But first, we really need to find Jean and get out of here.
That was our initial intention.
I mean, we've checked St. Marie's house, and we've checked her shop, and he's neither of those places. I'm at a loss.
Maybe we should just ask people at. There was this gathering back in the main square. Maybe we can just ask there if people have seen him.
Yeah, we could. I mean,
or maybe just wait back at the boat and see if he comes back.
That actually may be the better. If he's a wanted man, I don't want to be spreading around that we're looking for him.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
The last thing we need is his crazy aunt chasing us. Let's head back and grab Frederick and see if he's finally out of gas. And then I guess just wait on the ship and see if he comes back out of that circle somehow.
Okay. Yeah, let's do it. I will start making my way back to the boat.
Yep.
Jean,
Yes.
you come back onto the boat. Drake is there, kind of staring at the circle. Well, you made it back.
Indeed.
The captain and his cook friend were a little worried about you.
Yes, I did intend for the entire party to come with me. I suppose I've learned my lesson on the chalk.
Huh? What's that?
It doesn't work the way I thought it did.
Oh, well, actually, I'm kind of glad you're here. I mean, I'm always glad to see you, but I'm especially glad that it's just you right now.
Okay. And the, 3 little rag dolls and the goblin thing. But yes.
Yeah, they've been carrying Barrel's goblin thing.
Cobalt.
Oh, yeah, I haven't seen the kobold in a minute. They might have fallen off the ship. Anyways, I've been trying to cook a meal for the cook to make up for this morning.
Okay.
And I thought maybe you would like to come take a look and see how it's going.
Sure, why not?
Yeah. So y'all, do you follow him up into the
Yeah, I'll follow
To
him
the
into
ki-
the
yeah.
kitchen.
It is an explosion. You see
Oh.
Sally frantically trying to clean everything up, almost in a panic. Lily, of course, is nowhere to be found. And Sarah is frantically washing dishes over by the sink. The table's kind of turned sideways. The stove that he uses to cook on, or whatever uses to make the food hot, is just plastered in some sort of cake disaster. You hope it's cake. You don't really know what the ground mushy stuff really is. There's meat that looks like it's slightly cooked on the leaned over table. The benches are kind of tossed to the side, and there's just like an explosion happening in the room. Food kind of everywhere. I thought I'd try to make him like a sirloin furlone, one of them steak things that tastes really good that we had at the castle that one time. And it had the
Yeah.
mashed potatoes. Those stayed brown for some reason.
Yeah.
And well, I couldn't find any vegetables. I almost cut up this big old fish that he brought in yesterday, but I figured he wouldn't like that too much. So I found some steak. It said captain on it, but I assume the captain won't mind if I borrow his steak for trying to make amends with a crewmate.
Okay. John is going to start taking several steps backwards. Drake, what you need to do is... And he's going to open the kitchen door and walk out.
What? Where are you going?
You've got a handle on this. You just keep at it. Here, it looks like good work to me is being done here.
Oh, good. I'll get the table turned up right. You hear a crash from the inside of the room. Oh no. But okay. What would you like to do in the meantime as this event is happening?
I'm gonna call Nameless, and just in my mind, and when he shows up, I'll talk out loud and say, "Have you seen Bull or Lucas?"
No, I was with you. Remember?
Oh yes,
We
yes.
we get to meet Saridor, and wow, that was really something special. And he invited us to go on a mission with him, and do something super important. And I got to see your dad, and Saint Marie's world is very, very nice, and all the trees are very sweet. They fed me lots of treats. I got a little tummy ache actually, but no, I was kind of there until you called me here.
I see. I didn't realize. I thought maybe because it was just a different place. I didn't. I don't know. I suppose maybe I thought you could be in two places at once. But
Can you be in two places at once?
I'm not
That'd be
entirely
really cool if you
sure.
could do that. Oh,
I feel like when we were talking to my father in Saryador, I was in two places at once, metaphysically speaking.
what's really crazy?
Yes. Anyway, can you fly? Is that something you know how to do? I've seen you hop around the ship, but do you...
I can hop pretty good. Gosh, there's this old tome that might have some of that information.
I didn't know you could read.
I don't think I can.
Ah. I'll let you in on a little secret. I'm not sure Lucas can either.
Oh, really?
Yes.
But he makes such wonderful, wonderful things.
Well, I've seen a lot of pictures in those cookbooks of his.
Oh. Oh, no, I don't think you're quite strong enough yet with our bond for me to have wings. I don't feel them on my back.
Are
That might
you
be
blaming me for your slow development?
Nameless just like a sad dog, just puts its head down and you see his little ears go back. No, I'm sorry. I didn't mean it that way.
It's okay. I mean, you've only been around for a few weeks now. It's nothing to be ashamed of, but I mean, Nameless, really,
I am
we
ashamed.
shouldn't. Not being
I am useless.
not being able
I
to
have
fly.
no name. I can't fly. Perhaps when I get my wings, I can earn a name. I will focus on getting my wings. And he runs off
Well, how about
to go.
how about until then we call you Flightless?
Oh, he stops in his tracks, and it's now like a sad Eeyore walk, just walking away. He just kind of goes into the hallway where you first met Crew, and just starts making his way towards your room.
Well, so much for that idea. Lucas will pull out, or Lucas, sorry, Jean will pull out a.
Lucas, you're doing what?
I'm just gonna switch characters real quick if that's all right. I'm getting kind of tired of this Jean guy. Jean.
You can't take other player characters, Jean. That's not how this game works. If you start setting that example, soon Stolen's going to try to take Jean from you, and then Crew will just be out in the abyss somewhere as Lucas is trying to get his character back.
Jean will pull out a spyglass and see if he spots anything going on in the town that might indicate trouble.
Roll a perception check for me.
Okay. I don't really anticipate this is going to work. Jean's just kind of trying to kill. Yeah, that's not going to work. 5.
Yeah, you just do a quick scan out to see what's kind of going on in the town, and then you realize that there are a bunch of palm trees kind of in the way of the town. It makes it hard to see what's going on because...
Yeah, but there's no, like, glistening houses in the distance that, might look like they're made of ice.
Yeah. Not with the 5, no.
What are you hinting at?
Oh, man. Lucas and Crew, you guys make your way back to the beach?
Yeah. Do we see Frederican?
Both of y'all go ahead and make a perception check. Or actually, what's y'all's passives?
11.
13.
Both of y'all go ahead and make a perception check.
19.
12.
Crew, that's not much better than your normal passive.
No, it's not.
You kind of run up and you find your boat. Frederican's not at your boat. And Lucas, as you look around, off in the distance a little bit, you do see a large sand castle that wasn't there before. And when I mean large, I'm talking like it's big enough that you feel like you could almost stand and still have to look up at it, like 8 feet tall.
Crew is going to look into the boat. How many gifts did Frederican leave in there?
The thing is covered in shells.
Well, you want to help me tip this over so we can actually use it without sinking?
Uh, I'll look for Frederican first. But yeah, I'll help you. I didn't see Frederican anywhere, just that sandcastle.
Just a sandcastle. Correct.
All right. I call out, Frederican, where are you?
From the sandcastle, Frederican pops his head out. Oh, hi! Look, I made this. We can live here now.
That's great, Frederican. Get in the boat right now, and I'll just run over to the boat.
Oh,
And
okay.
I'll help crew to pull the shells out.
Frederican runs over and well, you're tipping the boat over. It's hard to get inside if you're tipping the boat over. Oh,
It'll sink with all these shells in it.
you don't like my gifts? Those are treasures.
They're amazing, Frederican. And now that you've found them, we'll leave them here for someone else to find.
You can take one.
Which one do I choose?
You broke
At this
up there.
point, what's that?
You broke up. I didn't hear what
Oh.
you said.
Which one do I choose?
The pretty one.
Oh, this one's pretty, and this one's pretty. John, from your scanning, I'm sure you've kind of been doing this periodically.
I was actually after my initial scan, I was going to get the ship ready to set sail. So, pretty much like pulling the anchor up, not letting the sails down, so we're kind of drifting a little bit, which they can deal with in their rowboat. But getting everything done and ready that we need to set sail, battening down the hatches and strapping down all the loose barrels and things so they're not rolling all over the place as we're moving about, so that as soon as they're on board we can head out.
Do you think that this would be something you could notice from land?
Probably not as far out as we are.
Okay. All right. Never mind, you don't notice this happening. Well, there's this conch, and then there's this one that looks like this gold piece with like a little X inside of it. There's this one that's pink, and this one that kind of is shaped like Lucas, and this one smells funny, and
I'll reach out and grab just a random shell, and I'll say, "This is my favorite one. Thank you, Frederican. Now get in the boat."
oh, I'll treasure this one. He'll grab it and he'll hold it tight to his chest and then climb into the boat.
And then I'm going to climb into the boat and hand Frederican the paddle and say, "Onward to the ship."
He looks at the paddle in one hand and the shell in the other, and he's kind of lets go of the paddle and holds the shell with both hands very tightly, closely to his body.
Okay.
I gotta protect this treasure that Lucas says is very important and looks the best.
Here, I'll protect it for you, and I'll stick up my hand for him to put it in my hand.
Roll persuasion check.
Six.
Oh, no. I can handle it. Why don't you row?
Because I'm the captain?
But you guys said this morning that I could do whatever I wanted, and I don't want to row.
I said while you're on land, you're in a boat now.
Oh. Okay. Roll one more persuasion check.
17.
Okay. And he slowly hands you the shell and begins to row you guys pretty pretty well towards the boat with a 19 for
Is
his
he
strength
still
check there.
is he still speedy from the kettle corn?
It looks like yes, because I think it lasts for a day. So yeah.
Speedboat.
Yeah. So I just see us like speedboating through the water.
Not quite that fast. It feels like a little faster than normal. It's not like a cartoon where it's like, like. But you feel like this is probably the fastest you've ever seen him actually row. This day by giving him that maze. You guys make it to the boat. The twins help you guys get it loaded, or the brothers, I guess I should say. Hope you guys get it loaded up. And did you get the things we asked for? The metal and orange bowls.
We didn't have a chance to go shopping. We'll be going out again later. We're still looking for Jean.
And he turns you mean the rabbit? And he points to Jean on wherever John's at. Where you at, Jean?
I'm probably at the helm, making sure we're not like going anywhere. Just kind of doing circles in the current.
Yeah. He points up to Jean up at the helm. The rabbit come back from Chuck. Recently.
Thanks. Is this Francon or Pancon?
It's Francon.
Thanks, Francon. Jean, where were you?
Oh, that is a question and a half. Did you get everything you needed shopping?
We didn't get anything. We spent our whole day
Where have you
looking for
been?
you. We were looking for you.
I didn't tell you to do that.
Oh, you disappeared.
Yeah. And now I have a black eye because of you.
A black eye? Did you get into a fight?
No,
That's not important.
Yeah. I tried to go into the circle after you.
I see. Well, many apologies. Are you saying you're not quite ready to leave Linguina?
No, I still have to wait till sundown so I can go get my chain.
All right, and John will head over to the anchor and let it back down and tie the helm back down so we're not, whatever. Okay, well...
But I think we're done everything else here, so we can just make a quick in and out at sunset to get what we need.
Did you happen to come across my bullets?
We didn't do any shopping.
What have you been doing?
Looking for you! I guess next time we just won't worry and you can be stuck on Linguina with Fleeska.
Okay. Well, I do appreciate you looking for me, but you could have run errands at the same time.
We were so worried, John. You disappeared on us, and we couldn't find you. That was the only thing on our mind.
I was going to see Saint Marie. Why would I be in trouble?
Well, we went to Saint Marie's shop and couldn't find you, and we didn't know where else to look. So we just kind of staked out her shop the whole day.
I see. Well, I do appreciate you coming to try and find me. I do appreciate that. That is very nice of you.
Well,
I
need somebody to steer the shop.
Desperately like to get off of this island, though.
Yes.
We will get out tonight.
It feels as though
Promise.
we've been here for 3 or 4 months now, despite it only being a few days.
It's been like 2 days.
Despite it only being 2 days. It's been months in my mind.
But tonight, I can go by myself if you want me to. Just surgical strike in and out to get what we need.
No, no, perhaps we should go together. Strength in
Are you
numbers.
sure? Are you sure you want to go back on the island?
I'm itching for a fight.
Okay.
We're just buying things. We're not gonna.
It's Linguine at night. There's always going to be a fight.
Oh, Sean, did you remember seeing a purple tent when we were out yesterday in the middle of town?
No, but I tell you what I did see. I saw a shopkeeper wrestling with a mule.
A mule?
Yes, and the mule had the shopkeeper in a headlock.
Well, I guess that's not something you see every day.
Indeed. Oh, what about the purple tint?
There's a huge purple tent, almost like a circus tent in the middle of town, and I just don't remember seeing it before.
Is it
And they were
not the market?
No, it's not the market. They were spouting some kind of religious stuff, which I just thought was odd for a pirate island.
I see. It's not very often we get religious types here. Especially not a crowd of them.
They were definitely drawing a crowd.
They were talking about Tiamat and the Breaker of the World.
Interesting. Who is Tiamat?
I have no idea.
Me either.
I have no clue. I just know it seemed funny, so we may want to keep our eyes out when we head back in.
Tiamat's the breaker of worlds? Is that what you called him?
Well, they're talking about both. I don't know if they're connected. We didn't really stay and listen because we were looking for you, Jean.
I see.
But I'm glad you're okay.
Yes. Perhaps tonight we will see if we can find one of these zealots and inquire further about the Tiamat.
Yes.
I mean, if you were itching for a fight, I wouldn't say anything. You've punched one of them in the face.
It's not a bad idea.
So, if you weren't in danger, where exactly did you go?
I can't say for certain, because it may have just been a ruse or a dream. But I have this nagging feeling that I was on an entirely different planet. Out among the stars somewhere. A planet full of very large trees and strange monkeys.
Did Saint Marie give you some, happy grass?
She did give me a tree and a bird. And she did spray some things in my face, which caused me to go into some sort of trance. But this was after I was already on the planet.
That just sounds weird.
Perhaps this chalk, though. Frederican, come over here real quick.
Oh, but I was holding my shell.
Oh, you can still hold. Actually, let me see the shell.
Okay. He walks up and like a child who's trying to show you something but not let it go at the same time, he holds his hand out.
Jean's just gonna take the chalk and with one of his swords just kind of scrape a little bit off into the shell. And Frederican, just take a taste of that. Tell me what you. It was salty to me. Why don't you tell me what you think of it?
So just so I'm understanding, you've written a little bit of the chalk into the shell.
No, I've like shaved it off. Kind of like I don't know. Chalk is like chalky. So I just took my knife and like grated it a little bit.
Okay.
To, like just scrape off some flakes down into the shell.
All right, just for fun, call out evens or odd in 3, 2,
Even.
1. Okay. He goes and he licks it, and he kind of tastes like some of those hearts, and he vanishes.
No, I was definitely on a different planet. It wasn't drugs.
Jean?
Yes.
Now we have to go look for the kobold. Are we ever going to be able to get out of here?
Saint Mary will send him back, I'm sure.
You remember she said you had about a 3-hour timer with that, so in about 3 hours he should reappear.
He'll be fine. Don't worry about the kobold.
What?
I'm actually more concerned about the planet you sent him to.
Oh, there was breathable air. It's okay.
Okay.
And the trees and monkeys were perfectly friendly.
I feel like we're all very calm about this. Where is he?
I'm sorry, Lucas. I really don't know how to make it more plain. He's on a planet of large trees that talk and monkeys, who also talk.
What?
Look,
You knew that he was going to go there?
Well, no, I thought you had a very good point that I might have just
You
been
can't
drugged.
experiment on our crew.
Well,
can you go get him? Draw your little circle
I'm
and go
not
get
going
him.
back there.
Send me. I'll go get him.
You have to stay here so you can go shopping to get the supplies for your.
I don't
Recipe.
care about your supplies. You
Not
send
my supply, your
one of our
recipe.
crew
You're
there.
going to a competition. Ooh.
We already have that stuff.
Speaking of which, Lucas. I think that it would be in the best interest of the crew for you to take the night off of cooking tonight. Just don't go in the kitchen. You've had a long, hard day. Just take some rest. We'll get some chow while we're in Linguina, and breakfast in the morning. How about that?
Don't think me not cooking for a night is going to help Frederican get back.
Two completely separate issues.
But we're focusing on Frederican. You will send me wherever he is so I can make sure he's okay and then bring us back.
Well, here's the thing. I can't bring you back. You'll be there for several hours.
Then it shouldn't be an issue to send me there. I need to make sure he's okay.
Oh, he'll be fine.
And we're going to have a long talk about whatever the hell this was, John.
I wanted to make sure it wasn't drugs, but that my experience was in fact genuine.
And experimenting on Frederican is not the way to do that. You can experiment on yourself however much you want.
Well, I had already been through the experience. I needed to see how it affected other people. I feel like you're not having a very scientific mind about this, Lucas.
I'm gonna walk up.
I'm gonna
to
hold
John.
out the piece of chalk.
I'm gonna try and grab the chalk.
Yeah, just let him take it.
And I scrape chalk dust onto myself.
Okay. You do that, and you see the chalk was kind of pulsating. And after scraping a little bit of that dust on yourself, it seems to stop pulsating. and you get shunted back a little bit, like something slams into you. And then curled up in, you know when people are like in a little ball and they're like rocking back and forth in the fetal position, is Frederican. Now in the place where that chalk dust was sprinkled. He's got the shell really close to his chest. And, I'm gonna go back. Master Lucas is going to save me. I'm gonna go back. These trees can't get me. These trees. And he starts looking around, realizing that the ground's moving a little bit more than it was before. He looks up and sees Jean. He screams audibly and takes off running. And hides behind Lucas.
We're on the boat.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, Frederican, you were saying it tastes a little what?
I don't like you!
You will leave Frederican alone, and
Yeah!
I'm gonna take the chalk and I'm gonna throw it overboard.
Well, I feel like that was a really bad idea.
I think you experimenting on Frederican was a bad idea. Now we're even.
Fair enough.
Now, can we get to the reason why you don't want Lucas cooking tonight?
I just think, especially after what just transpired, he's got a lot on his mind, and it's probably a good idea for all of us to take a rest today. No chores for the whole crew.
Insight check. Eight.
Do I need to roll a deception check?
Yeah. Yeah, you do.
24.
Yeah, it would appear that he's being sincere.
Yeah, it has been a long day. I really hope Drake hasn't finished off all the rum, because I could really use some right now.
You want rum? You hear from inside the kitchen.
Yes. You didn't finish it, did you?
No.
I'm gonna go.
Why don't you
to
bring
my-
the rum out here, Drake? We'll have it'll be a deck party.
I'm busy getting things ready for
No,
Lucas
you're not.
when he...
Oh, what did he just say?
He's getting things all cleaned up and ready for breakfast in the morning.
Clean what up?
Oh, you know, just dust accumulates.
I can't. The darn rum moved.
Well, now he's just babbling.
Oh yeah, we had the sisters move the rum. It's in my room now, so I'm gonna head towards the captain's quarters.
Okay. Yeah, there's barrels of rum. I think I would imagine there's like 3. I don't imagine you guys have like barrels and barrels and barrels of rum.
No, not a lot. I'm just gonna grab the one that's closest to the door and roll it out.
Okay. Yeah. As you pop that keg, the camera will pull out, and we will end the scene. Whew. Thank you all for joining us in this interesting begin to 2023. And I've said it before, but perhaps it'll be right this time. Next time, Lucas will be deadly serious next time. Peace.